Let's go. I got big dreams, I'ma do big things. Yeah, you see me on the big screen looking so clean. I don't move slow, I move fast, right past anybody taking life for granted, yeah, that's too bad. I be grateful for everything that I have. You only got this life, you don't get it back. Make the most of it, become the best that I can. Everybody look at me, I got a plan. You gotta work hard, play hard, do it from the start. Cause how you do anything is everything, it's art. Stay consistent and do it every day. Don't let fatigue get in your way. Cause 10% of something is better than nothing. You better do something if you wanna be something. I can feel my stomach rumbling, I'm hungry. Big things coming, I ain't bluffing, yeah.
Welcome to episode 5 of the 3 and Out Renaissance podcast. I'm your host, Moneymaker Chris, and got a very special guest joining me here today, talking some football with me, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the show, Tonja. Tonja, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Doing good. Honored to have you here on the show today.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm happy
So
to be here.
yeah, honored to have you here. So let's get started. So for you, like football, your earliest football memories, first time you saw football, like when did you start getting into football?
I've always liked football. I remember my dad watching football as a kid. I would follow him around the house all the time, and I remember him being a Cowboys and a Redskins fan when the Commanders were the Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember just sitting in his lap watching football all the time. I've had family that plays football, so it's just always been around. It's always been around, and I just kind of just grew a liking to it. I wanted to see and know what they were doing.
Oh, absolutely. It's a fascinating game. I mean, I like other sports. I'm like a big baseball fan. I love basketball, but just there's just something about football that just hits differently. I talked to other
Yes.
friends and stuff. There's something just very different about the way football hits and gravitates to you.
Yes. I agree. I agree. It's just I don't know. I don't know what I can't honestly just say what drew me to it. I think maybe it made me think about my dad or but
Hmm.
it's just really a lot of my family is just they play football. That's just what
Hmm.
they do. So it just I started wanting to know what is going on and why everybody want to do football. So,
Yeah, exactly. Same here. I
mhm.
mean, I used to watch with my mom, my aunts, uncles, cousins, and stuff. We're always watching football. Friends and stuff watching football. Just was always around, and just like you said, you're just fascinated by the game.
Yes.
Absolutely. And who been some like over the years, like been some of like your favorite players that you've enjoyed watching? There's so many great NFL players. Who been some of your favorite players to watch over the years?
So for so long, I have been a Cowboys fan.
Oh,
Always been a Cowboys
oh
always
my
been a
goodness.
Cowboys fan, but I'm also recently, the last about 4 or 5 years, I've been a Buffalo fan.
Okay.
So, but before then, I really, just Cowboys, very Cowboys oriented. So I didn't like Tony Romo.
Hmm.
But that I was really, really a Des Bryant rooter. I loved Des.
Nice.
Deshaun Jackson, Donovan McNabb, DeMarcus Ware, Martellus Bennett, Felix Jones, just Miles Austin. Just kind of around there. Of course, I would watch like Reggie Bush. He wasn't necessarily like my favorite. It was just the names that I would always see. I did really like watching Drew Brees play football. I liked Aaron Rodgers when he was at Green Bay until
Hmm.
Green Bay robbed us of the Super Bowl that year because Des caught it. Um,
Oh,
so
yeah.
so ever since then, I have not liked Green Bay, but
Mhm.
it seems like every time I go to the store to find some football apparel, Green Bay is what I see. So I actually open my closet and see a lot of green and yellow.
Wow.
But yeah, so I mean, I have a lot of players that I could just sit here and name for days and days, but I was very more so keyed into the Cowboys. Terrell Owens was another one. I really, really, really liked watching T.O. Um, so yeah.
There you go. There you go. Very, very cool. I'm a big T.O. fan too. I love T.O. 49ers, even
Yes.
with the Cowboy. T.O. was great. Amazing
T.O.
player.
He was good TV as well. So
Yes, he was entertaining. He was the celebrations
yes,
and everything, the
yes,
pom
yes,
poms and the pulling the Sharpie out inside of the
yes.
football. Oh my god,
Exactly. And
that was good entertainment. Good
that was
entertainment.
good. And speaking of TO, because I'm really active on threads. So like
Mhm.
one day I just woke up. I don't know what made me say this, but I just woke up and I was just like, and while I'm at it, TO deserved to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Mhm.
And that post took off. Like it was crazy. You could not have told me that literally 2 weeks later everybody would be in an uproar because Bill Belichick then was not a first ballot. And then that's when people started highlighting, well, it happened to T.O. and y'all wasn't this mad. And I was like, I was the first one to say that. I'm just saying, I put it
Mhm.
out there, like, so it became like a big discussion. And then people were like, you don't know T.O. And I'm just like, okay. You think I don't, but I'll let you have it, But I'm just like, y'all wasn't this mad when it was him. And then y'all got mad at how he decided to accept his Hall of Fame, his gold jacket. How you gonna play in his face and then get mad at how he responds to it? Hmm, that's
Th
crazy.
that is crazy. I mean, I can't blame him one bit. He is
Mm,
without a shadow of a doubt a first ballot Hall of Famer. No,
yes.
I have no doubt about that. That's not even up for debate as far as I'm
He
concerned.
got in, but he got in on his third
He got
ballot.
on his third ballot, yeah.
Yes. So some people that were going back and forth with me didn't even know he was even in the Hall of Fame.
Mhm.
I was like, "Good Lord." But it was, I am one of those, I advocate for T.O. all the time. I also advocate for Dez because, Dez made for good TV as well.
He
So,
did, yeah.
yeah, I think I just kinda like the controversial players a little bit.
It
Like,
seemed
"Oh,
like
okay.
it. There's a little
Okay, let me
controversy.
let me rephrase that. Jerry likes the controversial players, and that's my team, so therefore I kinda had no choice but to like them because I have to watch them every week." So,
Hey,
that's my excuse. Imma put it on Jerry Jones.
put on Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones. There we go. There we go. Oh my. Now I'm a Commanders fan here, so I have my feelings about the
Yes.
Cowboys. But other than that, like, how do you feel about like the current state of like the Cowboys? Because I always say this when it comes to the Cowboys. They always have great talent. They'll have a great regular season, but just something about once they get in that postseason here recently, this just team that can't get over that hump. How do
They
you feel
just can't.
about the current state of the Cowboys? What do you feel? How you feeling?
My current how I feel about the current state is we will be seeing the Cowboys in the Super Bowl on Valentine's Day.
Oh,
That's how I feel.
oh, my heart.
Cowboys Cowboys versus Bills Super Bowl 61. I'm sorry. I've
Oh,
been saying it and saying it and saying it. Cowboys versus Bills Super Bowl 61.
oh
Quote
my
me on that.
Oh my guys that I had on yesterday, Adam and Flux, I'm sure they're big Bills fans. I'm sure they'll love to hear that.
Yes, yes. But also, as a whole for the NFC East, I think the NFC East this season will be a great division to watch.
Mhm,
I think it's gonna, I mean, we got OBJ back. We got
mhm,
Jalen Hurts with the Eagles. We got Jaden Daniels at quarterback for the Commanders. I mean, as a whole, I'm an offensive type girl, so I pay attention to the offense more than I do the defense. So
mhm,
to me, the offense is looking real good. And
mhm.
I on all the teams in all shapes, sizes, and forms. And but I'm sorry, the Cowboys is going to the Super Bowl. So
My heart, my heart.
we're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Imma hold you to that. But also
Yeah, I'm gonna be insufferable. So just know I'm gonna get on
okay.
your nerves.
Okay. All right, I get it, I get it. But in all seriousness though, the NFC East, I mean, you look at it right now, it looks very, very strong. Like I said, the Cowboys that, they
Yes,
regrouped, Eagles, Washington, even the Giants. I think the Giants are gonna be better this year too
I do.
with
The Giants are on the
Harbaugh over there. They're one of them teams that's on the come up, I think.
They're on a silent rebuild, and I really do think that the moves that they have made during the offseason is really going to show positivity once the season starts. Especially like I'm just a fan of Odell, so I'm really glad. I said it. I
Yeah.
actually said it when they said he was going to meet with them the first time. I said, just go ahead and sign him. We ready. And while y'all let it, somebody go get Dez. Tell Jerry to call Dez, get him back on the Cowboys. Let's just make it a reunion. Let's
Just run
go.
it back.
Yes,
There's
and so
back in the
and
division,
The
OBJ.
Eagles need to call Deshaun Jackson. Like, let's go. Let's run it.
There you go. Hey, I'm all here for it. I am all here for it. But there's
Yes.
so much rich history and tradition within that division and everything. The Super Bowls and
Mhm.
everything, the coaches, the players that have played in that division. That's always a very competitive division with a lot of rich
Division.
history and
Yes.
tradition and everything in the NFC East over the years.
Yes, I agree. It's fun football. Like when you
It
think
is.
of and sometimes I kind of once the season starts, I kind of forget that there's other divisions out there because I
Mhm.
seem to zone in. Like I forget that I'm a Bills fan because I'm watching all of the NFC East teams and I'm like, oh wait, I forgot. Because they're so interesting. You literally never know what you're gonna get week by week. And it's just like, wow, they really know how to play football this week. So
Mhm.
it's really they're a fun division to watch, even when they're playing against each other. Like the Giants could be 0-12 and they play the Eagles and beat the Eagles, and you're like, what? Why? Why is this a thing? But I correlate that to like Alabama and Auburn. The
Mhm.
records don't matter when it's a rival. It's just who made the best team win. So that's
Absolutely.
and that's how the NFC East is. Now, other divisions, they're kind of like that too. They're a little up there, but I feel like the Steelers and the Ravens, I feel like
Mhm.
that rivalry is pretty big, and the Chiefs and the Broncos. But at the same time, I feel like nothing compares to any NFC East rival.
No, 1000%. And I always say division games can be tricky. That's the team that you play every year, twice a year. They know you like your back of your hand, but there's something about that NFC East. It just hits
Right.
different. It just hits different than all the other divisions, I would say.
I agree.
There you go. There you go. Now, there's a lot of things have been going on. I mean, it's never ending with the NFL. There's always
Mhm.
something going on. Let me get your thoughts on this. One of the big things from the offseason with this whole Max Crosby situation. Thought he was going to the Ravens, didn't work out. They back out of the trade. They gave up the 2 first-round picks and everything. Now they end up backing out, and then he ends up back with the Raiders. How do you feel how that whole thing went down? That had to be one of the most strangest things that's happened all offseason. How do you feel about that?
It was strange, but honestly, it didn't even move me one way or another because
Mhm.
at one point they were saying the Cowboys were, potentially trying to get him. And then once they
Mhm.
said they were pretty much out of it, I didn't care. Now it was a bombshell on threads when it hit the news. Everybody was like, wait, what?
Mhm. Yeah.
And then, they came out and said he failed his physical and things like that. And my whole thing was we these I feel like he knew where he was going the whole time. Agents knew, the teams knew, but
Mhm.
they talked too much. That was the thing. Somebody was
Mm.
talking too much, and everybody had an idea of what was going to happen, and they released the news too soon. Because
Mhm.
had they just worked out their deal, or he did his physical, or whatever happened really behind the scenes, had they just done it and hushed and then announced it when it was set in stone, we wouldn't have nobody would have even cared. I mean, people would have been mad that they didn't get him, but it just would have been like, okay, whatever. We lost that one. Who's next? But instead, it was he's going here and then he's not going here. Now he's going here and he failed a physical and that. Like, what are we doing?
Mhm.
What are we doing? And it was like unnecessary on top of that. We're in off season. Why did we need to rush and get him on the team? I don't even know. But at this point, it is where it is. He's going where he's going. He's staying where he's staying, and that's just that.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a crazy, crazy situation. That was, like, very early on, like, when free agency, like,
Very
first
early,
when they, like,
yes.
first started. That was one of the first big moves that went down,
Yes.
and
So
I'm saying
and that's why I said what was the rush?
yeah,
We
exactly.
still Hall of Fame game is not until next week. So what was the rush? Why
I
did
don't
this have
know.
to hurry up and happen?
I don't know.
What's his name? Mendoza just signed his deal the day that rookies were set to report. So
Mhm.
again, what was the rush?
I don't know. I have no idea what the rush was. That was very early on in free agency. You still had plenty of time, and then the next thing you know, they go on and signed, Trey Hendrickson, who's a free agency. If
Yes.
y'all wanted to do that, why not just do that from the beginning? He
Why
was a
didn't
free
you
agent.
just
Y'all instead of giving up you
exactly?
give your 2 first-round picks, you're not just giving up 2 first-round picks now. Come on.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
I don't know. But I was telling somebody else that I was talking to about this too. I said, I guarantee there's probably more to that story that we don't know that may
It's
come
way
out
more.
down the line. I guarantee there's a lot more to that story that's just not being told. The Raiders
Yes.
know, the Ravens know, Max, they know more than what we're being let on. I guarantee you down the line, we're going to see some documentary or 30 for 30 or something about what really went down with that whole
Yep.
situation. Yeah,
I agree with you.
that was crazy. That was absolutely insane. Another big thing that's been going on this offseason, this whole thing with Brandon Ayuk. How do you feel about this and all these Instagram posts and everything? How do you feel about that whole situation?
It's a mess, and
Yes.
somebody need to take his phone.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. Yes.
We are in the group chat of somebody that is experiencing CTE in real time,
Mhm.
and nobody is stepping in to help him. Instead,
Mhm.
everybody is egging it on and fueling the fire. Stop reposting his stuff. Stop commenting. Stop sharing it. Get him some help. Somebody need to go take his phone and check him in somewhere and make sure he's okay because it's a mess.
It really, really is, and he's not helping his case at all. Every time I see a video of him, I'm like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
That
Like,
why won't you just be quiet?
exactly, you're not helping your case at all, and if you really wanna be released, he's gotta apply for reinstatement and everything too. He said he's not
Mhm.
gonna do that, so what are you doing? All these posts talking about, you wanna come to play with the Commanders and everything mean absolutely nothing. You're just wasting your time, and you're looking
Yeah.
foolish. You're looking foolish, dude. You're looking very,
Mhm.
very foolish. Very foolish. Like, I just I don't get it. The brother needs help. He needs some serious
Yes.
help. Oh my god, like, it's just crazy. I mean, we've seen some crazy situations over the years, but it's gotta be one of the most crazy situations I've seen in recent memory. I mean, like, the dude just like I said, he won't shut up. He's just
No, he will not.
putting his own foot in his mouth, and it's ridiculous, and it's getting to the point now it's sad. It's really sad to see.
It is. I agree with you on that. It is really sad.
Yeah, it's, unfortunate, so I don't know how that situation's gonna play out, but hey, at this point, I don't we good over here in Washington. We don't need we
You don't
don't
want
need
him over there,
we
huh?
don't want that mess. No, no, we good over we listen, we'll work with what we have.
That's funny. We'll work with what we got over here.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, like I said, we got, training camps underway now, preseason's around the corner, Hall of Fame games coming up and everything here soon. We made it through another off season. Before we get into thinking about, what's going on this season, how did you feel like as a whole, like what we saw like last season as a whole? Like how did you feel about the overall season last year?
I mean, it was last year, I feel like the season was kinda crazy. It was like the season of the kickers, I feel like. Either they were
Mm,
making super long field goals or they were missing super short field goals or they weren't making field goals, game time field goals that a game you shoulda won, you lose because of a field goal. I mean, it was just all over the place. I think last season was the season of the field goals. So, I would like to see these teams' defense learn how to get off the field on 3rd down,
mm,
and offense learn how to get 7 points when you're on the field.
mhm.
I mean, simple as that, but it was really an interesting season last year, and also, I hope the refs and everybody else went to school to learn what a catch is because literally at this point, nobody on God's green earth knows what a catch is. None of us at this point, because one thing that is clearly not a catch is being ruled a catch, and one thing that is clearly a catch is being ruled not a catch. So I think we all need to go one big group chat. We need to get together, get a big old projector screen, and we all need to take a class and take notes on what exactly is a catch.
Yeah, because they clearly don't understand what a catch is. It's like every
Yes.
week, the week, you clearly getting all these calls where like they clearly don't understand what a basic NFL catch is.
Yes, and it's deciding games, and it's
Yes,
costly games at
yes.
that. Games that will tell if you make or break your division, or if you make the playoffs, or if you go on to the Super Bowl. I mean, it's game time make or break catches that are being ruled wrong, and then they're like, "We don't understand what y'all mad about because you don't know what a catch is." That's what
Mhm,
we're mad about. We can clearly see they caught the ball, made a football move. The ball never
mhm.
moved, not one time in its arm, but the person came up with the ball. And so, therefore, it's an interception.
Yeah.
But
I
the other person, the ball bobbles 5 and 6 times, go to the other person's hands, comes back to their hands, and then they land on the ground with it. So, therefore, it is a catch.
yeah. I mean, how we can see that how these refs and stuff that are, been training doing this their whole lives, how did they not know what a
Yeah.
basic NFL catch is?
A basic NFL cat. I mean, it's just,
It
and
should
this has
not be
been
that
dated
complicated.
back. It's been dated back to when Des caught it. So we're just gonna leave that there.
There we go, there we go. Oh, we saw a lot of injuries last year, a lot of injuries to a lot of key
Yes.
players and everything too. I mean, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Jay Daniels, Tyreek Hill, Neighbors. I mean, the list goes on. We
It was
so
a
many
lot.
injuries, a lot of injuries, lot more so than usual. I mean, you always see injuries, but it's like it was more so than usual. A lot more excessive
Yeah.
injuries, and I mean, like long, like season long injuries too.
Yes. And you know what? I was one of those people that I was praying that the Bills made it to the Super Bowl last
Mm,
season. But at the
mhm,
same time, I was a catch 22 on that one because had he made it, it was gonna be, well, he didn't have Burrow, Mahomes, Lamar, all these people in it. So he didn't have all these people in his way. So he should have been in the Super Bowl. But when he didn't go, it was, well, he didn't go and he still didn't have these people in his way, so he's not that good of a quarterback. My thing is I didn't want him to go and win because then it would have always been, but he won this Super Bowl without X, Y, and Z quarterback in the way. So it was like a catch-22. I want you to go, but at the same time, it's okay if we miss this season because next season we're going to be there with the Cowboys. So it doesn't really matter because earn it the right way so that nobody has nothing negative to say because who cares how he won the Super Bowl? He won it. Who cares how he got there? He got there.
Yeah.
But because none of these quarterbacks were on the field at the time or he had to quote unquote go through them to get to the Super Bowl, it was dumbed down and it didn't deserve as much credit.
Hey,
So,
hey, well said. No lies told there. Not gonna get no disagreement on me with anything you said right there. All valid points. All valid points. Another thing I was bringing up with some other people too about the preseason. You see a lot of the main starters not playing in the preseason. I get, we see
mhm,
anybody hurt or anything like that. But do you feel like some of the starters should play maybe just a little bit? Maybe like first game, play 3 preseason games. First game, maybe play a quarter. Second game, maybe play a half. Third game, maybe rush your starter so they can get some of that confidence before
mhm,
they get into the season. Because you can't expect guys to like not play any during the preseason, hadn't played any, since the previous season, and just all of a sudden just go out there week 1 and be ready to go without any
mhm,
contact. Just get a little in-game action in the preseason. Do you think some of the
mhm.
starters should play a little more in the preseason, do you think?
I'm so glad you said that because everybody always looks at me like I'm crazy. And then they tell me I don't know ball when I say this. I have been saying for the longest time, especially last season, if
Mhm.
you would play your starters in
Mm,
preseason, these injuries will cut down.
yes.
Also, if you would get some real grass out there and not the
Yes.
artificial turf,
That
these
too.
injuries will cut down. But I feel that you should play. So you kind of went a little further than I went with it, but I feel like a quarter every single preseason game. That's it. Play a
Okay.
quarter and
Okay.
come out. Play your quarter and come out. That's
Mhm.
it. That's all I'm asking. But they need some type of something
Yes.
because also the way I look at it too is you're playing your second and third strings and fourth strings, whatever, in preseason, but they're not playing with starters. So
Mhm.
you put them in and they're playing against all these second and third strings. But then what happens when that first string gets hurt and the second string has to come in and play with all these first strings? Now the first strings are frustrated or the second string missed because I don't get first string reps. I get second, third, and fourth reps, and I don't know how these first stringers play. I know how my second and third stringers play. So
Mhm.
I feel like, yes, the starters need to play, and you also need to mix in the backups with the starters as well so that they get that exposure to learn how the first streamers and all these big name players how they play because it will as sometimes it comes a time when they get hurt or they go down for a play or two or a game and they have to step in and they're rushing to try to reprogram for the first streamers and they're like I'm confused, I don't know what then they be like, well, that happened because the backup is in. Well, if you would give the backup some first string reps, that wouldn't happen. And if you would play your first streamers during the first quarter of each preseason game, that wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
I
I
don't I don't agree with having them suit up, tape them up, put all these pads on, all
Mhm.
this, that, and the third for them to play a play or two. No, y'all
No.
wasting good resources, good product, good all that,
Mhm.
good people's time. Y'all wasting
Mhm.
everybody's time. Let
Mhm.
them play a quarter each
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And then when it's go time, it's go time. All right, y'all. Y'all don't care if y'all tired. We was letting y'all play a quarter and sitting y'all down. Oh, you should have been doing what you was supposed to be doing. But to your point, like you said, they have this if you don't make it to the playoffs, you have all of this off-season
Mhm.
time to
Mhm.
just do whatever, and then you're asking them back to training camp. Just like training camp, they're dropping like flies already
Already,
because
yeah.
there's no in between nothing. Y'all aren't doing mini camps in between. Y'all aren't doing, hey, let's all get together and work out and run some drills. Nope, y'all get lazy. Y'all start going on vacations. And I'm not saying everybody doesn't deserve time off, but consecutive time off kind of needs to be broken up because
Mhm.
the injuries would cut down, I feel like. And
Mhm.
I was preaching that all last season and people just kept telling me I didn't know what I was talking about because I'm a girl. So I'm so glad you brought that up because yes, play
Mhm.
the people. Play
Mhm.
y'all paying them all this money to
Mhm.
sit on a bench. Play these people. Whether it's preseason or not, I don't care. If we paying you to play football, get out there and play football. Simple.
Bravo. Bravo. Like, finally, somebody else gets it because it makes
Yes.
no sense to me. And like I say, that's why we're seeing all these injuries. Their
Yes.
body's not used to getting that. You like I said, you go all that period of time. Like I say you didn't make the playoffs. You didn't play football since like December or like January. Like if you made the
And
postseason, like
here we are, season kicks off in September.
exactly.
Y'all is crazy.
And you haven't had any type of contact or nothing. Like you said, you've been on
Nothing.
vacation and everything, and you expect your body just to be ready to go out there and play a full 17-game season without any type of physical contact? That's
Yeah,
crazy. That's crazy
that
to
is
me. That
insane.
makes no sense to me. No
I
sense at
agree with
all.
you.
Makes no sense at all. I guarantee you, if they just play just a little bit in the preseason, I guarantee you would see these injuries and stuff drop down tremendously. Are you gonna have injuries? Of course. It's football. It's a physical game. But I guarantee you're gonna see a lot of these big major injuries go down a lot if they just play just a little bit more in the preseason.
Mhm.
Exactly. So somebody else agrees with me. Thank you. So
Yes,
I
I
feel like I'm
do.
alone on this one too. So yeah, no, you are not. I am with you 1000% on that one. All right, let's see. Next up, I know a lot of people had their feelings about this guy, but I'm rooting for him. I hope he does well. Shador Sanders, we got a chance.
Oh, that's my
That's
guy.
my guy too. How you feeling about him? I'm rooting for Shador.
I listen, I don't care what nobody says. Shador is my QB1,
Yeah,
period. I don't
yes.
care what team I root for. I don't care what team he goes to. Shador is my QB1. And if the Browns don't name him QB1, I'm going to be a bit pissy. But also, Taylor Green, they drafted Taylor Green to the Browns as well. He was Arkansas's quarterback. So
Mm-hmm.
I call him Tay Tay. I've been watching Tay Tay too. And yesterday they posted a video of Shador giving him, mentoring him a little bit and giving him some pointers. And I got a little teary eyed because those are my boys. But I love me some Shador. I really, really do. And he does not deserve the hate that he gets
No,
because of who his dad is. So
no,
what? He is
no.
his own person, his own
Mm-hmm.
identity,
His own
his
man.
own brand.
Mm-hmm.
Like his name is not even Dion. None
No,
of his kids' names is Dion. Like he doesn't even have a junior. So it's
no.
just because he speaks up for himself and he's not going for anything. You can't tell him what he's gonna do type
Mm-hmm.
thing. Even though even though that is his employer and they pay him, it's just certain things he's not going for. And
Mm-hmm.
people can't respect that. They can't respect people that just don't just go for anything. You're gonna
Yeah,
respect me.
yeah.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
But that is my guy. That is my QB1 no matter what. I don't care what nobody say. I literally have a number 12 jersey when he was 12. And
Mm-hmm.
when he switched to 2, I pre-ordered my jersey and I got my number 2 jersey. So
Hey,
that is
there you
my
go. Hey,
guy.
that's a fan right there. Hey,
Yeah,
I
I
love that.
love me some Shador.
There you go. Hey, I'm pulling for him too. I'm gonna get that number 2 jersey. Got the Funko Pop
Yes,
and everything. I am rooting for him. I love his
I
daddy and I
love
love
Shador.
him too. I'm rooting for him. I am so rooting for him. Like I said, the Browns need it. The Browns need a quarterback
Yes.
badly, and Shador is your guy.
Yes, because Dylan Gabriel ain't doing nothing, and
No,
Deshaun, he can't stay out of lawsuits or stay healthy. So
no,
I mean, why not start Shador? And then
absolutely.
a lot of people gave him flack for like his interceptions and stuff. Well, again, to my point, y'all are giving him third and fourth string reps,
Mm-hmm.
and then throwing him out there with the first streamers and expecting him to make something happen. How that makes sense to y'all?
Exactly. How do you expect him to go out there and be successful
When
with that?
somebody got the answer, take me to lunch and explain it to me.
Please,
I'll
please, I
listen.
want to know. Hey, I want to listen too. Bring me to lunch as well. I want to break that down for me because I want to know.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It really
And
doesn't make
and they
sense at
don't and
all.
sometimes I think that they purposely give him a disadvantage. And you didn't ask me this, but I'm just gonna say it. Kevin Stefanski over there, now he's with the Falcons. So I hope the Falcons have all of the worst season ever because I don't care what nobody says. Stefanski was wrong for how he treated
Yes,
him.
I was told.
As the
Yes.
head coach, you are supposed to showcase certain leadership
Mm-hmm.
about yourself. And
Mm-hmm.
so what, you don't like him. Y'all still drafted him. And
Ex-
as his coach, you were to do him a service and you did not do that. So now because you're over there at Atlanta. I am so happy to hear that that quarterback room is struggling right now because
Mhm.
Tua shouldn't even be on an NFL roster. But we're going to leave that one alone right now. But I hope the Falcons have a horrible season because of their coach alone. And people will say, well, that's not fair to say the whole team because of the coach. Well, it wasn't fair for the coach to do Shador like that, and
No.
pretty much was wishing his team would not make it because he didn't like Shador. So bye.
Hey.
We don't wish you no success nowhere else you go in the NFL. I hope you have a horrible career for the rest of your time in the NFL.
Mhm.
Period.
I had a regular conversation with one of my coworkers about when I do my seasonal job. We talked about this all the time about the whole Shador and Kevin Stefanski
Mhm.
situation and everything. We had regular conversations just like this, like how he was sabotaging him and trying to set him up and everything. Like you said, you're the head coach. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter whether you like you're supposed to your job is to coach him up and put him in the best position possible. And he did everything but that last season.
Exactly.
Everything but that. Everything but that. So, yeah, good luck in Atlanta. Like I said, the karma's already
It's
it's
I
already started.
listen, yesterday I was smiling ear from ear. Every time I seen a notification, I was, oh, Atlanta. I'm so happy to hear it.
Poor Atlanta. Poor Atlanta. Poor
I
baby.
was so happy. Like it just made my heart smile. So,
Mhm. Oh, yes.
yes,
Yes, there you go. Hey, like they say God don't like ugly, but hey,
God
see
don't
what
like
happens?
ugly.
See what happens? See what happens?
He don't play
Mhm.
about his children.
No, he do not. Shador's gonna shine, and Kevin Stefanski is gonna be Kevin Stefanski.
Exactly.
Uh,
Exactly.
yup. Fantasy football. I'm sure that you play fantasy football. You big fantasy football girl?
So it's funny you asked me that. I actually do not play fantasy football because
Interesting. Okay.
I couldn't listen. It was frustrating me. I tried 3 seasons, 3 different times. I was like, this is not for me.
Okay.
However, this season I did launch my own little league, but
Okay.
it's fantasy, but it's not. So instead of it being the players that you're because listen, I want to enjoy game day. I don't want to be mad because Odell didn't catch that pass that he would have caught 20 other times. But
Mhm.
today, when I need you to catch that pass, you don't catch it. I
Mhm.
don't want to be mad watching the game. So I want to enjoy the game. So what I did instead was instead of players, we do teams. And you can
Ooh.
have one team or you can have two. Doesn't matter. But every week, the total points that your team makes or
Mhm.
scores that week will add up, and we do biweekly prizes. So there will be biweekly prizes winners, and with every winner, somebody gets a punishment. So you could either bench that team score for the next 2 weeks, or you get to steal their points for that week, or however you may see fit. And sometimes being on the top ain't always a good thing. Sometimes you want to be on the bottom. I'm real tricky like that.
Ooh,
So
okay. I
yes,
like that.
so
Getting creative. I like that.
yes,
Thinking
yes,
outside the
and
box. Okay.
yeah, so it was really invite only this season, and I'm thinking about pitching it to a little more people because I have like been like showing up on a lot of different podcasts and stuff. So I'm thinking about pitching it again to a couple different people because this is my first season. So I want to see how it will go because
Mhm.
I got a lot on my plate this season. I prayed to be booked and busy. I didn't realize I was gonna be really booked and busy. So
Trust. I know. I get it. Same here.
so,
Hey, I
so
get it.
yeah, so but yeah, so it's gonna be fun and it's just teams. So like obviously my team, so my two teams are the Bills and the Browns.
Okay.
And so some people have like the Cowboys and the Chiefs or the
Mhm.
Patriots and the Chiefs. It's just
Okay.
like it doesn't matter. Whoever you see fit.
Two
And then
teams.
yes, and then some people so originally it was I just wanted 32 people, one person to represent each team.
Team.
But the
Yeah.
more I got to digging and making up my rules and things, I was like, well, actually, it would actually be some good to have more than one person represent a team or
Mhm.
let them have more than one team. So I still have some teams on the table. It's been so fun though. Like we've been I launched it back in I think April
Mhm.
and people have been joining. We've already been talking so much noise in the group. Like, it's ridiculous. I was like, this is the right set of people because no
Yeah.
one is upset because somebody is talking noise. It's like, man, whatever. Y'all
Yeah,
quarterback ain't even good. So what you in here? You
yeah.
know, like it's
It's
fun. And
all
you
like I
can
say,
see,
all in good fun at the end of the
yes,
day. No,
all
no
in good
mean.
fun.
It's just all in good fun. That's what it should be about. All in good
Yes.
fun. No nagging or meanness, anything. Just getting together, with friends and stuff. Just having some fun. Just having a good time playing
Yes.
football. I
It's
love that.
it's a fun time. It's a fun
I
time.
love
So
that.
and the winner will get a t-shirt. They'll get a hat. They'll get their team t-shirt, a hat, and a trophy. And so I've already gotten the trophy and everything. So I'm kind of hoping that either we know the Browns may not do nothing, but them Bills going to the Super Bowl with
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. You
Cowboys. So
said
I'm gonna
that.
be keeping my own trophies. So we will see.
Oh my god, I love that. That's awesome. But like I said, I like that. Kind of something a little different, kind of thinking outside the box. I
Yes.
like that. I like that.
Yes, I
That's a
want
good
it to be
idea.
different. Yes,
Yeah.
because like I said, I want to actually enjoy the game. And even if the Bills don't even score but 3 points one week and then they score 28 the next week, those points go together. So that week, once I'm going in and looking at my data sheet and doing the numbers and stuff, like, okay, just because you had a bad week this week doesn't necessarily mean that you're not gonna be on top when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
So
There you go. I like that. I like that. Because like I said, because fantasy football, like I say, regular fantasy football, it can be stressful. Regular fantasy
yes.
or daily or whatever, it can be so stressful. That person didn't catch that ball, that person didn't get that
Mm-hmm.
yardage. It can be
Yep.
very, very stressful. I don't understand not want to be mad on game days. Just want to be able to enjoy the game, just have some fun.
Yes. Yes, my brother actually plays fantasy football and he is like really good at it. He wins almost every season.
Nice.
So, yeah, but he did join my league for me. I think just, to be supportive because it's the first one, but he was
Yeah.
like I'm still joining my other league too. And it's super cheap. Like I was looking up prices that people are charging for fantasy leagues and I was like, "Oh my god."
Oh
I
yeah,
was like,
it can get pricey. It's not
I
cheap
did not
now.
know that. I was like, it's not that deep.
No, no, no. I ain't got pockets like that. Not for no
Yeah,
fantasy football.
I did not know that
Oh
they
yes.
charge like that. I was
Yeah.
like, mines look like chump change compared to these other leagues.
Oh,
So,
yeah, yeah, it
yeah.
is not a game with some of these fantasy football leagues and some of these prices. You're like, "My goodness, is
Yeah,
it that
yeah.
deep?"
I just couldn't figure it out and I didn't want to sit through like having to learn and people like too
Yeah,
many people were trying to explain it and I'm like you're not making a lick of sense like
mhm.
and so then I was just like just forget it. I don't want to do this. And then I will forget that I'm supposed to put people in and sit people out and do this. Oh, y'all
Yeah,
doing
it's
too
work.
much.
It's work. It's like
Yes.
you running a team yourself. It's a lot of work. It's a
Yeah,
lot of
no,
work.
mine's is as look, minimum work possible.
Hey, there you
Literally,
go,
you
there you
just gotta
go.
make sure your team is scoring them points. That's it.
There you go. Work smarter, not harder.
Yes.
There we go. Got game day snacks. Like, what do you when you watching the games and stuff? What do you like to eat? What's some things you like to eat when you're watching the game?
Ooh, I love wings. I'm a
Yes,
wings girl, so
same, same.
I eat the wings. What else? I love Pepsi, so I always have a Pepsi with me.
Okay, okay.
I don't think I really eat during the game because I feel like I'm a coach. So
Mm.
I'm so busy mad and yelling and fussing and cussing and everything else and fussing at my kids. Leave me alone right now. I
That's
don't
right.
think I really eat. I don't even really go like bathroom break. I don't even take a bathroom break at halftime because I need to see and hear everything that's going
Everything.
on. Yes,
Mhm,
so I
mhm,
don't really eat much, but I do, like I said, I make sure I have my Pepsi and my ice. I will crunch on ice the whole time,
mhm.
and I have my blanket, and I'm in my zone. I don't really watch the game with people. I don't go nowhere. Like I rather if I'm not going to the game, I want
Mhm.
to be by myself. I don't want to watch the game with nobody.
You know what? I'm very much the same way. I don't mind watching with friends and stuff. Sometimes friends will invite you out to go, like, Buffalo Wild Wings, another sports bar or something like that. And that's cool. That's fun.
Hmm.
I've been there, done that. But sometimes I just like if I'm not working, I like to be in my room, my TV, get
Yes,
my snacks to myself. I'm
to
with you there.
myself.
I'm with
Hmm.
you there. I am totally with you there. Some people are like, I want to be out with friends and stuff. That's like I said, that's nice and cool. But I want to be to myself. I'm good. That's all I need.
Yeah, I don't want
Ball and some
because
snacks.
I feel like people talk too much. You
Yes.
talking to me about the play and we 5 plays removed from that. Shut up. What
Yes.
do you like? Leave
Yes.
me alone.
Yes.
And then you have the one that doesn't even know what's going on. Or
Mhm.
you have,
Always.
and if you go to a bar, you got the one that's too drunk. And so they're
Mhm.
talking nonstop. Like, if y'all don't hush so I
Mhm.
can get these numbers and see these plays
Mhm.
and understand what's going on, please be quiet. So
Yes.
I just watch the games alone.
Yeah, no, hey, I am with you there. I am with you there. Like I said, I don't need no with all the respect. I don't need all that outside noise and
Yes.
everything. Just my snacks and some ball. I'm good.
Yes.
There you go. There you go. And we talked a little bit, like I say, like you already said, Cowboys, Bills, going to be in the Super Bowl. Anything else you're looking forward to this upcoming season? Like I say, it's right around the corner. Anything else you're looking forward
Yes,
to this
so
season?
I watched Quarterback. I binged it the day
Okay.
it dropped on Netflix, and
Okay.
I really took a liking to Cam Ward. I
Mm.
really, really, really liked him, and I truly want to see him have some success. So
Okay.
I am really looking to see how he does this
Okay.
season. I really
Okay.
want to see how he flourishes in his second season. I want to see how Shador does in his second season.
Hmm.
I want to see how the how the Cowboys get to the Super Bowl and how the Bills get to the Super Bowl. I also want to know if Patrick Mahomes is actually really truly healed. I feel like
Mm.
it's a fake cleared. I don't really feel like he's actually really healed. And I
That
feel like teams know that. And so they're going to go after him. And then I feel like he's going to potentially be hurt longer and it's going to be more downtime. But the thing is, his job is not in jeopardy.
no.
You got your job. Why are you rushing back? Take your paycheck and sit down. So I'm curious to see how he does. How does he bounce back from his injury?
Hmm.
Versus, do they make another Super Bowl run? Like, I'm just curious to see how the different things Jaden Williams is too. Like, is he gonna because last season that was the season of injuries for him. Is he healthy this season? Can Joe Burrow stay healthy? Just those different things. What is Atlanta gonna do over there? Because two ain't nobody. So, I just hope they just go up in flames. But also the Rams, I think the Rams are some good contenders too. I
Oh
mean,
yes.
I think all these teams are good, but they're not going to the Super Bowl. The Cowboys and the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. So all these other teams, I hope they have success. But when it comes down to it, I don't plan to see them in the Super Bowl.
Okay, like I said, we're holding you to that. Like I said, we don't know nothing else this podcast. The Cowboys and the Bills are going to the Super Bowl. You right here
Yes.
first from Tonja. She said the Cowboys and the Bills are going to the
Yes.
Super Bowl.
We're going to that Super Bowl, okay?
There we go. There we go. But I'm with you on Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, that's a tough injury to come back from. You can't expect him to
Yes.
come back and be, the Patrick Mahomes that we all know and love. Like I say, take your time, heal. You got enough weapon there. You got Kenneth Walker the third over there. You got a nice running back over there. So, take
Mhm.
your time. Take your time and heal. You got, like you said, your job is not in jeopardy. You're not in a situation where you got to get out there because your job's on the line. You've won multiple Super Bowls. You ain't got nothing to worry about about your job security in
Exactly.
Kansas City. So
Exactly. You're
heal,
good.
heal.
You're
Oh,
good.
absolutely. You're really good.
Mhm. Yeah.
Absolutely. So take your time and heal.
Yeah, but you know what? I think part of it too is Travis is getting too much spotlight with that wife of his. So he
Oh
got,
yeah.
in his let me choose my words nicely. Him and his wife were on the first season of Quarterback, and I already didn't like them, but that just like solidified it. I just
Mm,
like their personalities don't align with my personality per se. So I just was like, I don't care for them. But Travis and that one girl, I can't stand her. I'm so tired of the TV being on her face every time the Chiefs play. Like,
mhm.
she is not on the team, guys, but
Yeah.
he's getting too much spotlight this offseason, so Patrick gotta come back and
They
make
guys
sure
say,
him and
hey.
his wife are in the
Mm,
spotlight. So
mm.
that's what it's a fight over who gets more media time.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Back and forth. Travis,
Mhm.
Patrick, Pat Mahomes, Travis. Back and forth, back and forth. Who's getting that
I
spotlight?
really call him a crybaby, if we're being honest, because every throw he's looking for a flag. So moving on.
Moving on. Like I said, we got the college football season right around the corner too. How you
Yes.
feeling about the college football season?
Okay. So listen, I love football, and I especially love college football more than I like the NFL. Believe it or
Mm,
not, I
okay,
love college football,
okay,
but I am 1,000% an SEC girly. I
okay.
can run you down about them SEC teams like it is nobody's business. But you ask me about some of them other teams, and I'm looking at you crazy. I don't really know anything about them until the SEC teams play them or the playoffs happen. That's
Mhm,
the only time I really know what's going on with these other teams. Like Indiana was nowhere on my radar whatsoever
No.
when the playoffs started. I still didn't even know who Indiana or Fernando Mendoza was when the play.
Mhm.
Like even by the second game, I still was like, I'm confused on what the hype is. Like what I'm confused. And they were like, well, they haven't won and this, and I'm like, okay, but yeah, I don't get it. I don't
Yeah.
watch no other conference.
Right.
I'm so in the SEC. Like I'm so knee deep in their business that like
Mhm.
I literally cannot. I'm just like I don't care. Now I will say Dion had us all rooting for Colorado that
Oh,
first
yeah.
season.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, he had the whole world up at 1 and 2
Absolutely.
a.m. in the morning watching games.
Exactly. I
So
care nothing about Colorado, but as soon as he went there,
yes.
I'm the biggest Colorado
I was the
fan.
biggest Colorado. I was such a I was so proud. I was like, I am such a bandwagon and I'm loud and I'm proud about it.
I
Like
had no
I had
shame
no
whatsoever.
shame.
No shame
Yes.
whatsoever.
But I
Yes.
absolutely love college football, especially the SEC. So
There you go. There you go. Like you said, Indiana, the same thing too. You kept hearing about Indiana and Mendoza and everything. I'm like, because when I think Indiana, I think basketball. I don't even think football when it comes to like
I don't even think
Indiana.
basketball.
For me, I think more
I just,
Yeah, you're not paying attention. That's not a
no.
team that
It
you're
came
paying
left
attention.
field. And
It
it
really did.
also is also annoying that everybody's like, "Oh, Indiana's gonna go back again." And I'm like, "Y'all be for real."
No,
Because
no.
if you go back and watch some of the film on them, they were barely to me winning these games. Their offense looked sloppy.
Mhm,
Very, very sloppy. The defenses just didn't know how to do their job.
mhm,
So, yeah, no, we're gonna leave that where it is. But I'm excited about the SEC because we have Ole Miss on a revenge season. We got
mhm,
Lane Kiffin over there telling everybody gonna die. We
mhm.
got we got Georgia. You know they're top of the SEC right now, and Alabama still wants to be relevant so bad. And the coach talking about he not thinking about getting to a championship game. Guess what? You need to be thinking about it because that's what Alabama has been known for. So what do you mean? Then we got Arkansas, that's my team, and I'm so bad. Let me calm down. I just don't understand why they let Bobby Petrino go over there to North Carolina when we had him on a silver platter. But I'm
You
gonna
can
leave it alone.
you can leave that alone.
I'm gonna leave it alone. But I was really impressed with John Summerall with Florida's head coach. I
Mhm,
liked him at media day. I said, okay, I think we might be in trouble when it comes to Florida this
mhm.
season because he seemed really promising. But I'm curious to see if Texas A&M if they can actually beat Texas this season if they go undefeated like they did last season or if they lose some games pretty early on. I'm actually curious to see if Texas makes the playoffs this season as well, because I feel as if Texas deserved to be in the playoffs over Alabama last season, but I'm going to leave it alone.
Okay, okay. We
So,
shall
yeah.
There you go. We shall see. We shall see. And one more thing for you. Like I said, I talked about like how football, just something about football that just, more so than any other sport. What do you think it is about football? Like I said, it just sucks us in. It gets us so invested. It tugs at our heartstrings and everything, more so than basketball, baseball. I love those sports too, but football, like I said, it just hits different. What is it about the sport of football, whether it's NFL football, college football, that just tugs at our heartstrings like this?
I think because the amount of physicality that goes into it.
Mm,
It's such a physical sport,
mhm,
and they are literally risking their bodies for us
mhm,
every single week to
mhm,
entertain us. And it's just like every throw, every catch, every drop ball, every call, every holding call, false start. It means more to us. Like all of the work that goes into it, like the branding, the apparel, like everything that goes into it, it seems like it just is, more heartfelt. Like with
mhm.
baseball, I go to sleep on baseball, but they're standing out there hitting and throwing a ball. Okay. Basketball, they're running up and down the court. I almost called it a field. I'm doing better. But they're running up and down the court. They're sweaty. The shoes is squeaking. The whistle is blowing 5, 6, 7 times. I mean, we'd be on a second for 30 minutes because they won't stop blowing the whistle, like
Mhm,
little things like that. It's just
mhm,
my attention span ain't that good. So you got to keep me in it. And
mhm,
football, it draws you in. It gravitates the hype that leads up to it.
mhm.
Like you would think, okay, just like last season, you couldn't have told nobody the Chiefs weren't going to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
You could not have told anyone that and they would have went for it. I mean, I would have, okay. I ain't never thinking they going. So, like that kind of stuff. And then Patrick Mahomes gets hurt. And then it's like, oh, now what? Now
Mhm.
everybody's invested in what's going on with the Chiefs because their starting quarterback is hurt. So it's things like that. It just me. I feel like it's more heartfelt and it means more. It's more physical. It people take it's serious. People take it more seriously, I feel like, than other sports, and I love that.
That's very well said. Also, too, the short amount of games, like you play 17 games, like baseball, you got 160
Yes.
games, basketball,
Yes.
hockey, you got like 82 games.
And
You
I
have
be tired. Like,
that's a
I
long
really be
season. That's a
yes, I be
long
on
season.
threads like, why are they still playing? Like, I thought the season was over. Or like the FIFA that just finished up
Oh yeah,
with
the
the
World Cup.
soccer.
Yeah.
I was like, how many more games y'all gonna play? When is this
Mhm.
done? Like, my attention, like I said, my attention span, I don't do very well with that kind. After a while, I'm tired. I don't want to do this no more. Do something else.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
can appreciate the short season. Like, I
Yeah.
really truly appreciate that we are not. I mean, sometimes I do be like, oh, like this off season, I'm like, give me some football. I
Yes.
need some football.
Mhm.
But at the same time, because it is so physical, I understand why it's so short and they need
Mhm.
that. So I am actually not in agreement with the NFL trying to add another week to their schedule because they don't need that. That's too much.
Yeah. They really don't. I mean, it seems like it's gonna be inevitable, but they really don't. 17 games is more than enough football and everything. 3 preseason games. That's more than enough
Yeah.
football.
It's
More.
enough. We got it. We good.
Yes, we good. Like I said, we are
And that's
more than
also
good.
but also that goes, that's a catch 22 too with, college football. I remember last season, I was like, "Since when do we wait 2 and 3 weeks in between these games for these teams to play?" That
Mhm.
is a big factor as well. Why
Yeah,
are we going well into Super Bowl week with college football playoffs still playing?
yeah,
Wrap this up.
yeah,
What
get
are
it done.
y'all doing?
Get it done.
Yes, like, what are
That's too
y'all
much.
doing?
That is
So,
too
it's
much.
just yeah, it's just a lot, and I feel like that is hurting the college teams. You're waiting all of these
Mm,
weeks in between their games, so if Ole Miss was number projected to win 75% more after 2 weeks, I don't think they gonna win nothing. Whoever got more energy by the end of the game, that's who's gonna win because we're waiting too long in between these games. Let's get it going. Let's go.
yeah, let's get out there, let's play some ball. Get it done.
Yes.
Get it done. All right, and that is all for you guys here today. I want to thank you, Tanja, for joining me. Anything you want to plug and promote before we get up out of here? Floor is yours.
Um, I mean, really, I'm busy. Follow me on threads. I'm on threads. Tonja Knows Ball. I'm on Instagram, Tonja Knows Ball _. You can also find me on the Buzzer app at Tonja Nicole. I am going to be covering STC football for Open Talk 313 The Flash. It'll be on Instagram. So go follow that. And I'm also a brand ambassador for the new Vervo Sports app, all teams, for pretty much all the leagues right now. He's been rolling it out. I'm an ambassador for the Razorbacks, but we have WNBA, NBA, baseball, soccer, NFL, college football. It's really, and instead of having all of the ESPN notifications going off, you can go on this app and it has the podcast, the what am I trying? Written form for
Hmm.
the people that like to read their articles. It has scores, games. You can pick your games, all kinds of things. It's all inclusive. And that is the Vervo app. That is also on Instagram. So yeah, like I said, I'm busy. I'm busy this season. So
Yes, you are. Busy girl. Hey, I like that. Respect. Much respect.
thank you.
You welcome. You guys take care. Be safe as always, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Yes.
Empires out of buildings. I wanna leave a legacy of helping others finally feel things, of motivating and killing depression, exhaustion. We need some healing. I work through the pain. I like seeing gains. I keep my head down, buried, walk through the flames. Yeah, I do this every day, even when I feel drained. A true man pushes through. You don't hear complaints. No, I don't wanna stay the same, yeah. So I keep pushing through the pain, yeah. That's the only way to make a change, yeah. So I fight every day and train, yeah. It'll all be worth it. One day it'll all be worth it. So I keep pushing through the pain, yeah. That's the only way to make a change, yeah. I've had enough,